In this video, I'm going to show you how to cut this gown that has a princess dart bustier and it has a flounce. It's very easy to cut, okay? So we're starting with the lower part of this gown, which is the skirt part, and my fabric here is already on a fold. The first thing I went ahead to do here was to mark 1.5 inch for my zip allowance. I marked 1 inch before, but my ancestors whispered to me, say, Adam, mark 1.5 inch. So I am marking 1.5 inch. Okay, so after marking 1.5 inch for my zip allowance, I went ahead to use my ruler to connect all my markings together. Then I went in with my office pins and I just folded it and secured with a pin, with pins, not just one pin. Okay, so after securing a pin, this is what we have here. After doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to fold it again. Now I gave it a good press so that everything will be well relaxed, but I didn't show it on camera. Okay, so after that, the next thing I went ahead to do, from the top I marked my hip line at 8 inches. After marking my hip line, I extended my tape and I marked my knee length. Okay, so I marked my knee length at 38 inches. Some people mark 40, but I like to mark 38. So after marking my knee line and hip line, I went ahead to connect my markings with a straight line. Okay, you want to make sure you draw your markings correctly. So after doing this, so the first line is my hip line, the second line is my knee line, the bottom is my hem. From the top to the bottom is 43 inches. Okay, now from the top I went ahead to mark my waist plus 2 inches sewing allowance. Then at my hip line I marked my hip measurement plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Okay, everything is included in that marking I did there. And at the knee line I stepped my hips measurement down by 1 inch. Okay, I stepped my hips measurement down by 1 inch, and at the hem I stepped my hips measurement down by 2 inches. Okay, at the hip and knee line and at the hem I added 1 inch sewing allowance. So after doing this, next thing I went ahead to do was to connect my waist to my hips and my hips to my knee line and my knee line down to the hem. So for the hem, you can as well step it down by 2.5 inches from whatever the hip line is. Just for me, sometimes I do 2.5, sometimes I do 2. That's the hem. Okay, if I want to step down my inches for the hem. Now at the top, the next thing I went ahead to do is from the middle, I marked 4 inches. Then I came down by 3/4 of an inch, and I just used my ruler and slanted it in. You know that 4 inch is where we always like take our dart measurement. Okay, so the reason I did this because I don't want to put that in the front, so I just want to shape it out. Okay, so after doing this, this is what we have here. The next thing I went ahead to do was to cut it out. Okay, very simple, very straightforward. So I was explaining to you guys, I had to verify my measurement too because I don't want to cry premium tears. I was explaining before I bite my tongue. Okay, so this is what we have here, guys. Very simple, very straightforward. I went ahead to notch the hips and the knee length. I was explaining to you guys that at the hem, sometimes I step it down by 2 inches or 2.5 inches from whatever the hip measurement is. Some people do as much as 3, so whatever rocks your boat. Okay, so now after cutting, this is what it looks like. The front and back basically look alike till we join them. Okay, so after cutting, this is what the skirt part looks like. Now I just folded it and I kept it somewhere. Okay, now it's time for the blouse, and I'm cutting on the lining because the fabric is a patterned paper. So that's my starting line, that's my bust line, that's my nipple line, that's my under bust point, and the hem is my waistline. Okay, so now the next thing I went ahead to do is at my nipple point is 9.5 inches, but because I'm cutting on the fabric directly, I marked 10 inches. My under bust point is 13.5 inches. Because I'm cutting on the fabric directly, I marked 14 inches. Okay, so you are going to add half inch allowance to whatever your measurement is if you are cutting directly on the fabric. Now from the top, for my neck width and neck depth, I marked 4 inches, 4 by 4. Okay, after doing this, I connected my markings together. Then I went ahead to mark my shoulder at 8.5 inches. I also marked same at the bust point so that everything will be accurate. Then I used my ruler and I connected everything together. Now after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to step my shoulder down by half an inch to get my shoulder slant. Okay, so after stepping it down, the next thing I went ahead to do was I marked halfway the shoulder measurement. I came in by half an inch. Some people come in by 1 inch, you guys. After doing this, I marked my bust measurement divided by 4. I marked it there. Now, the next thing I went ahead to do was to insert my armhole curve, which is what I did here. There are different ways to draw your armhole. You guys, I'll work on another technique for you. I have another technique for you guys. Okay, so after drawing my armhole, this is what we have here. Very simple, very straightforward. Now, the next thing I went ahead to do, my nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. So divided by 2 is 4 inches, but I mark 4.5. Half an inch for joining allowance. So I mark this at my waistline, my under bust point, and my nipple point. After doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to connect my markings together, okay, which is a straight line. Now at my waistline, which is the hem of this blouse, I marked 1 inch on both sides, okay. I marked 1 inch on both sides. I marked 1 inch on my under bust point. I marked 1 inch at my waistline, okay. So 1 inch on both sides, 1 inch, 1 inch. So after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to use my ruler to connect my markings together. Now after connecting my under bust point to my waist point, I now connected my under bust point to my nipple point with a triangular line. Very simple, very straightforward. Now after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to connect my nipple point to my armhole, okay, because this is where the princess dart comes in. Yeah, princess dart is just basically connecting your armhole to your normal dart. Simple and short. Okay, so after doing this, at my armhole point, I came down by 1 inch because we want to shape this bustier. I came down by 1 inch and I connected it to my nipple point. Okay, because you want the bustier to really curve in, you want it to cup. Okay, so I connected it to my nipple point. After connecting to my nipple point, the next thing I went ahead to do was to extend that line by 1 inch. I marked the extension. I made sure it was up to 1 inch. After marking 1 inch, I connected it back to my bust point, okay? Because you guys know that because this is a princess dart bustier, it's going to jump. So you need that 1 inch extension to make sure it doesn't jump, okay? So after doing this is what we have here, guys. Now the next thing I went ahead to do after connecting to my armhole point, you see the distance between those 2 points, I added it back to my measurement, to my bust point measurement, because by the time we cut it out, it's not going to be accurate, so we need to add it back. So I marked my under bust point measurement, the distance between those 2 points, I added it back to this fabric. I also marked my waist measurement and the distance between the 2 points, I added it back to the fabric or to the material or to what we are cutting, anything you like to call it. Okay, so you guys, after marking everything together, I connected everything together. This is what we have here. Now after connecting, the next thing I went ahead to do was to add 1.5 inch sewing allowance. Take note of the allowance you add, so when you want to shape out to join, because this is a bustier, it will be easier. Okay, so after marking, the next thing I went ahead to do was to connect my markings with a straight line. Now after connecting, you guys, at the shoulder, at the neckline, I extended it upwards and I added 1 cm joining allowance. Okay, this allowance we use and join the shoulders, I added it to the shoulder. See why we added that starting line? This is the reason for the starting line, so we can add sewing allowance to the shoulder. Now after marking all my markings, the next thing I went ahead to do was to place the lining on the main piece, secure with my office pins and my clips, and I went ahead to cut. Remember I told you guys that I cut on the lining because the fabric is a patterned fabric and you guys won't see it clearly. In fact, I started cutting on the fabric first and I realized you guys weren't seeing it. You guys won't see it clearly, so I marked on the lining. So after cutting, this is what we have here. You want to make sure you secure with pins when you're cutting. If not, you shall cry premium tears. Okay, so this is what after cutting, this is what the main piece looks like, and this is what the lining looks like. You want to make sure you tag. Now it's time for the back part. So that's our starting line. That's my bust point line. That's my dart point line. And the dart point line is 9 inches from the starting line. That is my under bust point and my waistline. So after doing this, next thing I had to do was to mark out 1 inch zip allowance. Okay, so after marking 1 inch zip allowance, I marked 1 inch for neck depth and I also marked 4 inches for neck width. I marked that 1 inch also on the zip allowance so everything will be accurate. Then I just went in to draw in my neckline. Okay, so after drawing in my neckline, the next thing I went ahead to do was to mark my shoulder point at 8.5 inches. I also did same thing at my bust point area. I marked 8.5 inches. Then I used my ruler. I connected everything together. You guys know the drill. Okay, I also went ahead to mark out my bust measurement at 9.5 inches. Then I stepped my shoulder point down by half an inch to get my shoulder slant. After doing this, I just went ahead to come down by, now I was supposed to come down by 3 inches at the back, but I came down by 4 inches. Nothing bad, nothing bad. I can still work my way with it. So after doing this, I went ahead to insert my armhole curve, my armhole. Okay, now the next thing I went ahead to do was I marked 4.5 inches. Same thing we did for the front part. I marked 4.5 inches for the back part. That's for my dart. Okay, after doing this, I connected everything together. Now I connected my armhole point to my nipple point. Okay, now because this is the back part, at the side I marked half an inch. Okay, you guys just pay attention to this. I marked half an inch because we're going to shape the back so it doesn't jump or it doesn't look funny when you wear it. I marked half an inch at the hem. Okay, and at the armhole side I marked 1 cm. Okay, I marked 1 cm till my baby came with his tools. I marked 1 cm, then I just connected, I just used my ruler, kind of freestyled it and connected everything from the armhole to the waistline. Now, what I'm doing here, I'm cutting out that excess that will make it jump at the back or make it not relax well. So you guys know, I extended that my armhole, the line I drew by half an inch, and I connected it to my armhole point, okay, to my bust point. See, if what I'm explaining is confusing, just look at what I'm doing. You guys know that in the front part we extended it by 1 inch, but at the back we're going to extend it by half an inch. Okay, so I went ahead to extend it by half an inch, and this is what we have going on here, guys. Now the next thing I went ahead to do is the distance between those 2 points. I added it back to my bust measurement. I also went ahead to mark my under bust measurement. After marking my under bust measurement, the next thing I went ahead to do was to add the distance between those 2 points, because you guys know we're going to cut it out. Okay, I think at this point I'm tired of saying it, but I keep saying it because we have new people here on the channel. So I also did the same thing for the hem. I marked my waist. I added the excess we're going to, that place we're going to cut out. I added it back. Then I went ahead to connect my markings together. So after connecting my markings together, before I bite my tongue, I went ahead to add 1.5 inch sewing allowance, seam allowance, sewing allowance, anyone you want to talk. Okay, so after doing this, I also connected everything together. And this is what we have going on here, guys. Very simple, very straightforward. There are different ways to shape the back part of your, princess dart bodies. Okay, so I also went ahead to add 1 cm sewing allowance for the shoulder, and I just connected everything together. Now this is what we have going on here for the back. The next thing I went ahead to do was to grab my piece, my fabric piece for the back. That's my main Ankara piece. I make sure everything is well aligned. I secured with my fabric clips and my pins. You want to make sure you secure with pins, very important. Then I went ahead to cut. Okay, I went ahead to cut. Now you want to be very careful when you're cutting that armhole side, so you not go and cut you not go and cut the important part and leave the unimportant parts. You get what I mean? Okay, so after cutting, this is what we have going on here for the back part. Now, something you must make sure you do is make sure you tag the pieces back, because you are going to be confusing the side back for the side front. Okay, so I also make sure I tag the lining piece. I made sure I tag the main piece, so that even when you are gumming, in case you mix it up, you can still find your way around it. So I tagged it back. I just wrote B on all the pieces. Okay, so after doing this, the next thing I went ahead to do was to put it away. I play them on each other. Now when you join, you can see that we've taken care of the excess at the back. You can see how it's well incorporated. Now it's time for the flounce. You guys, I have a detailed tutorial here on this channel on how to cut a flounce with its lining, so you want to check that out. The link will be in the comment section or description box. Now for this flounce, I worked with 2 yards of shiny face satin, and this fabric is on a fold. Okay, it's on a fold. Then I went ahead to just start cutting my flounce. If you want to know how the flounce matter goes, check the comment section or description box for the link to that video. And yeah, my baby is my office assistant. He didn't go to school this week because he wasn't feeling okay, but now he's perfect. Okay, now you guys, after cutting, this is what the flounce looks like, because we are going to join, you know, the flounce I cut it with the lining, so we're just going to sew them together and we're going to create magic. If you watch this video up to this point, make sure you come back for the sewing tutorial. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.